Before we dive into what type of campaigns exist, we need to make sure we set up our success plan. Some of my most successful clients here at Upfluence are the ones who flesh out the following. 1, they define their goals. Your goals could be anything from increasing brand awareness, driving traffic to your website, increasing signups, sales, you name it. Just figure out what exactly is your goal, and that way you can be on the right track for a successful campaign. Second, they define the type of influencer they're looking for. Apart from that, they also define the type of audience they're looking for as well. So whether it's to find an influencer who's on Instagram, who is maybe above the age of 20, right? And is also female, located in New York. That's the type of detail you need in order to identify who's going to be the right fit for you, for your brand specifically. And third, what KPIs will you be using to define success for you? Is it the number of sales? Is it brand awareness? This ties back to the first point, right? Outreach campaigns. So outreach campaigns is purely just reaching out to influencers, asking them or encouraging them to promote your service or product for free. Usually the type of clients that do really well with this are the ones who have a very innovative or creative product or service they're offering. Usually the type of influencers they recruit is anywhere from nano influencers all the way up to micro influencers. Some of the common use cases for this is usually PR or nonprofit companies. Product sampling campaigns is the process of handing out free product to a selection of influencers in exchange for an X amount of posts. Now, these influencers can actually showcase this product in front of their community, let's say on YouTube. They can do an unboxing or even give an in-depth review of your product. I've even seen clients of mine giving out extra products for free to them just so they can organize their own giveaway competition on their social media channel. This actually tends to drive a lot of engagement for them. So keep that in mind. Now, the type of influencers usually recruited for this could be anywhere from nano influencers all the way to micro or even macro. Now, this is very highly dependent upon the price value of the product you're giving away for free. So if you're giving away a free trip to the Maldives, right? First, sign me up for it. Second, which influencer wouldn't be down for that? So it really comes down to the price point of your product. Now, some of the common use cases for this is pretty much e-commerce stores and brands that aren't too strict about their product guidelines. It's all about building brand awareness and generating some sort of excitement or hype around your product or service you're giving out. And it's a very good form or campaign to select if you have a limited budget. So the product can act as the form of compensation. Paid campaigns. So there are multiple paid campaign formats out there, but one of the most common ones that I've seen here at Upfluence is the pay per post type of campaign. It's very self-explanatory, but paid per post campaign is basically when you offer X amount of dollars in exchange for X amount of posts from the influencer. Usually the type of influencers my clients recruit for this type of campaign really varies across the board. You can recruit anyone from nano all the way up to celebrities, right? It's really contingent upon your budget, right? So if you have a really big budget, then obviously you're gonna be able to afford those type of influencers. Now, some of the common use cases, at least for this type of campaign, is usually large brands that are more conscious about the type of content they're putting out there. And also when they want to create UGC, so basically user-generated content, to repurpose that on their landing page or even on their social media channels too. So make sure you add that in the terms and conditions section of your brief, so that way you're covered. Affiliate campaigns is basically when influencers are paid when generating X amount of sales. Now you're probably wondering, like, how do we track down the sales? How do we track down how much we actually owe these influencers? So what I've seen, at least in the past and currently, some of our brands and companies that we have on board tend to give out a unique affiliate link for them to share on their social media channel. That way they can track down those sales and also how much they owe them in terms of commissions at the end of the day. Now, these kind of links can also be generated and shared throughout a tool like Upfluence as well. Now, this model is very incentivizing especially for influencers that really love your brand. So make sure you do a good search, find influencers who actually closely align to whatever service you're offering or product you're offering. That way, you'll see them go above and beyond for you, and that's gonna be a good reflection in the commissions you're gonna have to get paid them at the end of the month. Now, the type of influencers for this type of campaign is usually anyone from nano to micro or even macro influencers as well. The use case for this is pretty much anyone who's selling online and also wants to monitor CPA, which is cost per acquisition. Lastly, another type of campaign format is what we call here at Upfluence the hybrid campaign. A hybrid campaign is basically a combination or a mix and match of both free product, fixed price per post, and also a percentage of commissions based on the number of sales generated from the influencer. Now, usually the type of influencers recruited for this type of campaign is anywhere from nano all the way up to a celebrity scale. So again, it's very highly dependent on the price point of your sample you're giving out, whether it's like a car or a free trip to the Maldives or something like that, plus the fixed price you're offering and plus the commission you're offering as well, that percentage. Now, the use case for this, it's pretty much any brand or company that can actually afford it. If that's the short answer. The long answer is that this type of campaign format really incorporates multiple type of payment elements. So like free product, the fixed price, and then also the percentage of the commissions that they generate from the sales. This model is very incentivizing. So make sure you give that and offer that to your influencers who are performing the best and want to actually nurture a long-lasting relationship with them and always have them as part of your brand ambassador program. Now, this campaign format is hands down one of the most effective campaigns out there.